Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Almost Perfect Podcast. I am your host, Paul Dolan, and with me, as always, is
the notorious, the one, the only, Black Ken.
We got something special in store for you. We're going to ask each other a couple questions to really see if one of us, or both of us, or neither of us know what the hell is going on.
I'm going to tell you right now, just from the gate, I do not know what the fuck is going on. I'm grasping to figure out what's going on. I don't know quite what's going on. The previous episode that we watched, I feel like that just opened Pandora's box.
The Halloween episode, correct?
I cannot believe they did a Halloween episode. Who does that? Who does a holiday episode just nowhere near the holiday?
I thought you would bring that up. Because remember, everything got pushed back. So the show was actually originally supposed to come out in August of last year. So this, I think, actually would have been right around the time of Halloween, to be honest. I have some information that may wreck your entire brain. What do you think is either the most important line, moment, or scene, in your opinion, so far, that will build the trajectory of the show going forward?
I would probably say in my top 3 heroes is Quicksilver. Towards the end of the episode, they're like in the town square or whatever, Wanda and Pietro, and I think she asks why are you here, whatever. He says, I just came to town unexpectedly to create tension with the brother-in-law, stir up trouble with the Rugrats, and ultimately give you grief.
So expand on that. What do you think that means? So what is it that you think that means going forward?
I think it means I want to see this next episode, because I am that's what I think it means. Because
that's totally fair. That's totally fair.
The question that it kind of really comes down to for me is we'd kind of discussed before. There haven't been any fights at all. There's been no fights, no fight scenes, no nothing, right? And so eventually there's gonna be a fight. There has to be some type of fight happen.
It's a superhero movie. There is a villain somewhere.
When it goes down, is Quicksilver gonna be there to help her?
That's not Quicksilver.
How could that not be Quicksilver?
Okay. In Age of Ultron, what happens? How is it that he dies?
He gets shot up by Ultron.
By Ultron.
And when he's in that ship.
He saved the child and Hawkeye, and he says that line, you didn't see that coming, right? What is it that Quicksilver says here in this episode when he talks about him dying? I got shot up for no good reason at all. That is a direct contradiction to him doing good and actually mocking the fact that he did that good deed to begin with. I will tell you this, Quicksilver is the villain here.
The reason I was convinced that it was Quicksilver is because he has the powers. He has the super speed. Who would be able to come into the Hex and have super speed powers as a false front? Who would be you'd have to be a really strong person, really strong entity to be able to do that. In her world too, to where she doesn't know what's going on, it has to be someone really strong.
I will say one name. Mystique.
That's a good one.
Mystique. I don't know if you pay attention as closely, in fairness, as closely as I do to what comes out initially when they're in production. But there is a huge cameo. Who would you want it to be? And who do you think it's going to be?
Hands down, it would have to be Magneto.
Bro, I'm so happy that you said him because I couldn't agree more. If we see Eric Lencher, it's game over.
Do you know how many episodes are left of the season?
So there's 7, 8, 9. It's broken down into 9 episodes. Desperate to see Magneto.
But if not, do you have a second place though?
So actually, Charles Xavier. I think maybe the way that they ultimately get through to her is they bring in Charles Xavier in this wheelchair, and he has to connect with her telepathically and say, listen, what you're doing is wrong. One thing that I was very curious about is that do they make multiple seasons of these kind of shows? I really thought that's how they were doing this at first. I don't think that's the case anymore, actually. But they're expanding this anyway. They're expanding the entire universe. Yeah. She-Hulk, Moon Knight, all these TV shows are coming out. I think each one of these are meant to be movies as a series, essentially, as a TV series. And that each one of these is just another chapter along the way. They may just drop you and they may kill you off at any time. But
it's so good.
I don't think that there's necessarily going to be another season of any of these. Loki, Falcon, Winter Soldier, or WandaVision.
That's all the time we got left on WandaVision. I am AJ Black Ken Moore.
And I'm Paul Dolan.
And we will see you next time on the Almost Perfect Podcast.